Hi, we are Group 3 and this is our briefing for East Coast car rentals. This will consist of 5 parts including identifying if double jeopardy exists, determining what your segments are from the data and what this means for your brand, considering the Pareto rule and how this might apply to your data, exploring additional industry data sets in Australia and discussing similar patterns, and lastly, looking at the duplication of purchase law. We hope that this briefing is both insightful and beneficial towards your future marketing development for East Coast car rentals.
The law of double jeopardy is a term used in marketing that means when a market size is smaller, businesses have a lower penetration rate. In contrast, when a market share increases, businesses have a higher penetration rate and a higher number of loyal consumers and revenue. The COVID-19 pandemic saw the ECCR face many challenges. This sudden situation caused ECCR's market to shrink quickly. During this time, the use of cars rapidly decreased to 1%. Their revenue-generating plans were halted, which put doubt on their success and potential survival within the market. With the struggle to gain parking and the need to sell their cars for funds, they found themselves moving further away from their goals. ECCR started to see a loss of 1 to 1.5 million between April and June 2020 due to lockdowns during the pandemic. They'd never seen such a loss to their profits and revenue. The lockdown caused a large number of customers to drop. During 2022, things started to look up. Direct website reservations surged 48%, significantly affecting phone bookings. Conversely, agent bookings often included separate damage waivers, setting them apart from ECCR's own insurance. With a fleet now exceeding 2,500 cars, ECCR anticipates serving 750,000 to 1 million days annually. A mere 10% shift from agent to direct bookings could yield a substantial gross return increase of $675,000 to over $1 million, without even accounting for potential marketing efforts driving more direct bookings. Their profit kept positive and reached $7 million in total between January to April 2022. In summary, ECCR experienced a decrease in customers during periods of smaller market size and limited car rental availability, while they saw an increase in customers when their fleet grew to over 2,500 cars and the market size expanded, therefore showing the effect of the law of double jeopardy.
Through critical and in-depth analysis of your customer data, we have revealed that your most substantial customer segments are leisure, corporate, and car maintenance. These segments can be further broken down into smaller sub-segments, which can be valuable information for you when developing specific marketing strategies. Starting with your leisure segment, this is your most prominent segment. They are your light buyers, which for your brand means they are your one-time purchasers and have little to no loyalty towards your brand. Your data shows that the segment only utilises your rental services once or twice. However, they are responsible for a substantial amount of your overall sales and brand growth. This is especially visible within your data within the periods of October through to January and March to April, which are during the major holidays of the year such as Christmas and Easter. Further analysing the key demographics of the segment, the Christmas and Easter holidays indicate that this segment would include families, as these holidays are during the school breaks. We can confidently assume that this is further reinforced within the popular use of baby seats and booster seats, suggesting that families are utilising your rental services. Next, you have your corporate and car maintenance segments, shown evident within the months May to September. Your data validates this as it displays rentals of shorter periods for roughly between 5 days within the months May to September. This suggests that rentals may be utilised for work-related travel, such as employees needing a quick and efficient transport option to attend meetings and conferences, or for those utilising your rental services due to car maintenance. These segments are your brand's heavy buyers, which implies that they engage with your services frequently and have established some sort of brand loyalty. However, they only account for a smaller total of your overall sales, or roughly 35 to 40%, opposed to your light buyers. This is visible within your data as we can see a steady but not substantial engagement of your rental services within the months May to September. Scoping more into the corporate segment, this could be further broken into 2 sub-segments, including corporate rentals organised by the business or rentals organised by the business's individuals themselves. Both segments are likely to value cost effectiveness and time efficiency, which we can see within the large use of your prepay services. Prepay offers a quick and more seamless process, which would align more with the busy schedule needs of the business segment.
The Pareto rule, often referred to as the 80-20 rules, suggests that approximately 80% of the company's sales come from the top 20% of its customers. This underscores the significance of heavy buyers in driving sales growth. To align with this principle, a viable strategy involves adopting a loyalty-focused marketing approach, possibly incorporating a loyalty program to retain customers who make repeated purchase. However, when we examine the data from the ECCR perspective, the situation appears somewhat different. In this context, the metric of choice is the goods and service tax (GST), which constitutes 15% of the sale price of goods or services and thus serves as an indicator of customer spending. A higher GST amount signifies greater customer expenditure. Contrary to the anticipated application of the Pareto rule, an analysis of the pivot table reveals intriguing results. Specifically, the top 20% of buyers within the ECCR framework contribute a total GST value of 529,644.28, while the overall GST figure amounts to 293,792.9.44. Surprisingly, the contribution of the top buyers constitutes only 18% of the total GST, indicating a departure from the traditional Pareto principle within the ECCR context. Moreover, this data has an unexpected pattern. A significant portion of the revenue, approximately 80%, emanates from the segment of light buyers, those who have engaged ECCR service fewer than 2 times.
According to MarketLine, the number of rental cars in Australia kept growing from 2016 to 2019, going from about 93,000 to 99,000. But in 2020, things took a hit, and the number of cars dropped by 26.2%, showing that the overall market got smaller. Double Jeopardy says when the market is smaller, fewer people use the service, and when it gets bigger, more people use it. We can see this in Australia too. In 2022, the car rental market there got almost half as small, reaching a value of 584.4 million. So, when there are fewer cars available, the market size drops, which means fewer people are renting cars because the market is not as big as it was before. Based on the predictions, by 2025, the car rental market in Australia is expected to grow significantly. The number of cars available for rent, known as the fleet size, is projected to reach 112,208, marking a 52.8% increase from the year 2020. Additionally, the overall value of the Australian car rental market is forecasted to reach $1,427 million in 2025, showing substantial growth of 144.2% since 2020. In simple terms, when there is more cars ready for renting, the market gets bigger. This expansion indicates that more people are likely to rent cars, contributing to the growth of the car rental industry in Australia. The size of the market grows and shrinks depending on how much attention is given to light buyers. When the economy is not doing well, people have less money to spend on enjoyable things. This directly affects industries like car rental, which rely a lot on tourism and travel. Most of the buyers are not frequent spenders. Heavy buyers only make up about 7.7% of the buyers.
The duplication of law is like a crystal ball that helps us to predict how many customers will buy different brands that are in competition with each other. If a brand is bought by a lot of people in the market, then most of your customers will also buy that brand. On the flip side, if only a few people buy a certain brand in the market, then only a few of your customers will choose the brand too. This connection between brands and their customers depends mainly on how big the brand is, as well as how easily people can find and choose it. Looking at Table 4, we can see the ECCR has a market share of around 0.7% to 0.8% from 2016 to 2021. This makes ECCR a smaller brand with fewer customers compared to other brands people can rent cars from. On the other hand, Avis Australia car rental showed a big growth in its market share, reaching around 22% between 2016 to 2021. This is way higher than ECCR market share. Because of this, the average amount of money people spend when they rent a car from Avis is $461.9, which is more than what people spend at ECCR, which is $262.2. Haas, another car rental company, had a market share of 74 to 2.3%, which is quite similar to Avis Australia car rentals. Interestingly, the average sales per transaction is $508.2, close to Avis average. This suggests that people who choose Avis for their car rental also tend to choose Hertz. However, due to ECCR lower market share, they have fewer customers who are also choosing their competitor service, leading to a lower average sales amount.
We thank you for taking the time to listen to our briefing. We again hope that it was both insightful and beneficial, and we look forward to seeing the future marketing development for East Coast Car Rentals.